do next in the game going forward and such. Welcome back once again to another analysis replay. This one's going to be once again from the Combine. This is a whole Combine set that I'm currently doing. Combine Week 2, this is going to be one of the EU games. This is Princey, who's playing mid lane Zhong, something we don't see as often anymore. He goes 4-0-6 in this game. It's 27 minutes long. How do you think I played? I think I played pretty well. I won the lane pretty easily after a slowish start. Okay. What aspects of the games you struggle with? In general, my early clear is a little awkward. Of course it is. It showed a little this game too. I also have a little problem during mid to late game teamfights. My position falls off a little bit. And I die in places where I don't need to be. Okay, at least you realise that. My rotations are my strongest suit in mid, I feel. I think that shows in this game. My objective zoning is also another thing I was happy with, and in general laning phase. Okay, cool. So the main focus from this game from Princey, we'll look back at realistically what he could have done on his positioning in team fights, I feel. And his early clear, how he can actually help his early clear, because early game is very, very important. So if you struggle in the early game clear, that could really hurt you going forward, honestly. It can make a lot of teams not like the look of you just because your early game causes issues. If your early game's slow, then that means they've got a chance to invade, which puts you behind, and the game can snowball, and if it snowballs, it causes issues. We've got 2 mana, 1 health, which I'm fine with, but we are against a Poseidon as well in this mid lane. Now, Poseidon's early game clear should out-clear you early on as a Zhong, but you should be able to sustain up some of the damage that he's going to put on you. So, we'll see how this one plays out for the most part. What I might like to see is seeing you dipping your toe into Poseidon's Whirlpool now and again to give him minion aggro, to actually reposition the creeps as well out of the Whirlpool, which slows his clear a little bit, at the same time as it also gives him minion aggro, which means the minions will give some free damage to him as well. That took a long time for those mid harpies, unfortunately. But you'll be fine. I mean, you were against Poseidon ramp, so... Early clear, autos, autos, autos. Nice early autos. It's fine, we're going to hit level 2 in a second. And 1-2 combo, these should be clear. Oh, you're going to save it? Okay. Not the worst thing, you just gave yourself up some free gold on that one. I mean, the only thing to mention about that, I guess, you bought 2 mana potions. This is something, you said your early games are struggle, and that's why I want to talk about these sort of little things that you choose here at the start. So, first wave you walk up to it, you throw your card, you start throwing out the autos, which is fine. You're away from the Whirlpool too. Jot that down. Now your card's up now, is up in 1 second's time, okay? Take into account the respawn time of your card is 10 seconds. Will this next minion wave be here in 10 seconds? Will your card be back up in 10 seconds is the main thing. Will you still be able to use your card in 10 seconds time for the next minion wave coming in? Yeah, you will. So, I need to find what button you're on now. You're on a 7. So, you could throw out your card here, and I feel you chose not to. You could have just thrown your card and actually exercised as well if you wanted to. You do have 2 mana potions as well, so you're going to sustain back up from the minion damage you're about to take. 2-1 this. So, 1-2 this? Why not 1-2 this? It actually relieves the pressure that Poseidon's got on you as well right this second. Poseidon's doing the right thing of zoning you into the tower and trying to push this in. You could have just 1-2'd. In fairness, you could have 1-2'd. You got plenty of time. You had the mana for it. You would have healed up that little bit of damage you'd taken as well. Instead, you just eat 3 archer poke and then leave yourself a bit underwhelmed, ready for the next wave. And he's got lane pressure because of it. That's why he stood so far forward. Don't know why I'm doing it in slow-mo. But you could have 1-2'd there. Because you would have been back up before you even knew it. Should I throw what was out? It's fine. The card wasn't great. The card wasn't great. It was a panic card, that more than anything else. Should have hit that whole minion wave. Now he gets minion wave push again. He's going to his Poseidon anyway, but you could have got more pressure on. Now all these minions are a lot healthier than they should be. It's going to cost you a card here to actually clear these and a Nexus and again. If you think about what would have happened in that in total engage, just that total first 2 waves. This is such a thing. Is like those first 2 waves were kind of important. You could have actually got more gold out of these first 2 waves. To begin with, because that first wave you could have cleared and still been in the same situation. The second wave, if you would have actually hit your card onto everything, it would have been a lot better for you than what you chose to do, which was throw it out early and not get the full minion wave. And by not getting the full minion wave means he got pushing again, and you had to waste more abilities to clear it off instead of just the 1-2 combo and autos. Hopefully this one's better. That's better. I love how panicked he is about fighting you. This guy's really passive. You should be trying to abuse this when you can. Notice how the push difference then? Do you notice the push difference? No, it's the push difference in that whole engagement when you went 1-2 then. I know you've got extra skills in your exorcism now, but it doesn't mean it's not that much of a difference. It just means that you would have had the push in that situation. Now you know he's going red. What's your plan? He's gone red. Thor's here with you. Just throw the card out. Like, just throw the card out to click quicker. You don't need to... I guess you do need to stack passive still. Yeah. Stacking passive. Go take the red buff now. That's fine. Oops, a daisy. Take that, come back to mid lane. Level 5 now. The team is 30M. This is all fine. Trying to soak experience elsewhere. That's fine as well. Mid Harpies very, very soon. Which ones are we going for? Which ones are we going for? Do you really want to fight this? That's my question on my lips right now. First of all, the supports are coming. And if the supports do come, the first one to get there is going to be Geb. Which is on your side. Which means this will be 3v2 fight. However, is Geb level 5 yet? Yes, he is. Geb's level 5. You're level 6. You've also got a Thor as well. What's the danger zone from their team? Well, it is Poseidon. But if you can wombo Poseidon down with the Thor and Geb as a team, then he's not going to be able to get his burst off. You just got to watch against his burst. Can you fight this? Yeah, you could. Would you go for the left ones, the Gold Fury ones? Yeah, I probably would in this situation, just because I know Ymir's not going to make it there in time. But then I have to think about Ymir at the end. It's 50-50 risky. Poseidon's got one of the best mid-harpy fights in the game. We'll see what you choose to do as a team, though. You're going to go for them. Thor's going to go for the other. Now, this split is a bit dangerous. I remember this game now because I called out about it. You actually get both the mid-harpies, which is fantastic. The problem is the rotation coming out. Rama just overextends looking for a kill. I do remember that. So you get both mids, which is fine. And you're back to farming again. Should be basing here, probably. Maybe one more wave. Hashtag one more wave, maybe. What's your mana? I mean, you're okay on mana. A bit overextended. Princey. Yeah, way too overextended, actually. I don't know why you were so far pushed up. Lack of respect. I guess you felt like you still had Thor in the lane. This is mini-map vision more than anything else coming out. Oh, it's not this wave, is it? It's the next one. It rewound me back from miles away. I call this mini-map vision because it's exactly what it was. You had Geb and you had Thor here, and you were like, okay, cool. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. Yeah, yeah, boys. Yeah, boys. What up? I'm Zhong. I'm up in your grill. How you doing? How you doing? New wave coming in. I'm a big... Oh, my God. They've both left me. And you're up to date. You're up to date on the situation. Keep an eye on the minimap. Keep an eye on the minimap. There was nothing for you to do there apart from stand there and look pretty. But keep an eye on the minimap. Thor and Geb both left you. And now... So Ket's like, that's a tasty looking treat. That is a tasty, tasty looking treat. I don't think they all in you, but they could have done. They really could have done. You would have been dead. Like, really dead. Or maybe they do. That juke was not good. That juke was terrible. That juke was really, really bad. That juke was terrible, Prince. What were you trying to juke out there? Like, I don't even understand what you were trying to juke. Were you going to juke from a circuit? I've got to fast forward again to get back to this point. Like, the overextension's bad. You should have looked at the minimap. I don't know what you juked. I don't know why they didn't all in you. You were dead here. You were dead to rights. It's this bit here when you juke this way and juke that way again. Juke this way, juke that way. You just hesitate even longer. And then you turn round like some sort of beast man when... Oops, a daisy. How did I pull that up? That wasn't meant. You turn around like some sort of god of gods and like, what's up? I'm still Zhong. And I'm like, well, you might still be Zhong. But if he ulted you then, or he crackened you, you're dead. You are dead. This turnaround is really risky. Really risky. I don't know why they relieved pressure on you. I guess they were worried about Thor dunking down. The way you played it made it look like you had a Thor on your side. I don't think that was your intention, honestly. If it was, nice, but I doubt that was the game plan. They should have just killed you then. You got away with murder, honestly. No, not murder, you got away with death, so... Take sprint. I'd like to see you go back to base soon, though, Prince. I feel your experience in goal getting at the start of the game's good, but not using your boots yet. You know, not getting boots online, not getting some wards online for vision is going to be an issue. You could have based by now, especially after mid camp's going down. The problem is you can do speed now, I'm guessing, and after you do the speed, you're going to go back to mid lane and farm that for one more wave, then you should base. That's what is going through my head right now. The pauses of doom, boys and girls. Base. 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 Even if you get a kill here, I'm not sure if it's 100% worth. You're solo on mana. Are you gonna have the damage? Ghostbusters. It was a really nice rotation, Princey. Were they overextended though? No. The rotation was good. I still think you should have based. I mean, it played out perfectly. It played out perfectly. But if you miss your 1-2, if you miss your 1 there, your damage decreases massively. But that was all you that made that play. I can't criticize you too much. I just think you could have based. But the play worked out, so all's good. The rotation was fantastic, in fairness. Just think you could have based to spend that goal. But now, you got to go back to mid lane, farm this. You got mid harpies coming up as well. But you're out of mana completely for this. So it's all about the wax on, wax off brushes that you've got. You can just have to divide these equal, I'm guessing. Greedy, go for this, I guess. But you're going to get him for some reason, which you shouldn't. I'm glad you didn't look for going for that solo. You weren't going to get over there and do anything, like... Oh my god. Thank you. Oh my god. The pauses are real. We based! Woohoo! That's a lot of gold that you went unanswered for. Full Aegis. Do we need full Aegis, Princey? Do we really need it? I mean, I saw you pick this up and I like it in a weird way because like you invested, thanks to those 2 kills that you picked up, into it. I don't know if I would have rushed it if I didn't pick up those 2 kills. I think you used the situation wisely then, and that means you can be more aggressive in this lane now and start standing up there and not being scared of a Kraken because you've got Aegis online. It also helps I get against the Circuit as well, so... Don't mind you standing so far up and so close now because you've got that full Aegis online. This should actually give you full lane presence because of it. You should have full lane control. And now you're pausing the game. Oh my god, the pauses. Pauses are real. Okay, we're back. So they all in you. You pop your ghost, you're still not using Aegis yet, which is good. You're still waiting for the Kraken, I'm guessing. Remember, you're not sustaining through this. That was a nice position overall. And nice card too. You played that fight really well, Princey. You've not even used Aegis either. That's the scary thing. That was nicely done. People forget what Zhong is like. And you're abusing that, which is very, very nice. Buff mid harpies again, cool. Back to farming. Your mid lane control is really good, Princey. I think that there was 1 or 2 little steps at the start that you could see in the laning phase, and like you said, you know them yourself that you seem to struggle early on. You need to correct those though. Like you could see the easy corrections that could be made to fix them, and that would help you out a lot easier in the laning phase. Also, that little overextension, you've got to watch your minimap a little bit more than you showed. I like the fact that you bought a Sentry Ward, although Sentry Ward here, not so sure about. If you're going to put Sentry Wards down, you probably want them on your own side of the map. I always say this, like, put them on your own side. Oh, did you put it on your own side? No, that's me lying. Sorry. You did. No, you didn't put it on your own side. I'm lying. Yeah, because it's over here. God, the minimap waits when you're red side. Putting it on their side of the map is not as viable with a Sentry Ward as putting it on your side of the map, just because it's highly likely they have this line here. So consider maybe just like, if you're going to buy Sentry, pick up an extra ward with it as well. Go Sentry and 2 wards. Sentry one side, and then double ward if you want to pick 2 wards up for that. I think going for the Sentry, aggressive Sentry, isn't going to work out as well for you as it would be if you went for the other version. Especially, on top of that, you've got a Thor. Like, when's Thor going to come in through this angle? When's Thor going to come in through this angle? Maybe Gabble coming through this angle, but is Thor going to be there? Nah, he's going to be over here somewhere, like ulting in, or he's going to be here, ulting in, or here, ulting in, or here, ulting in. So having a Sentry on this side would have been better than placing it where you did. Doesn't mean it's not a good ward placement, it's just that you could have just used a normal ward for that one. You didn't have to use a sentry. Nice poke, nice zone control. Keep him out of lane. Would have liked to see you go into the jungle then. Like, red buffs available, black harpies are available. Just standing here in mid lane looking pretty. Bit of a waste of time, you don't have to. Now you're going to do red, I guess. Okay, you could have done that earlier. Mid harpies are up, controlling. I like the zone that you've created there as well. You weren't trying to just focus on killing them, you've actually set up the zone. Rotate around for the left ones. Yeah, this is domination in this game from the red team. You actually set a lot of this up though from that early rotation that you made, which you could have based on, but I keep saying you could have based because you could have, but the rotation worked out. If you died there, I don't think it would have been as good for your team. I think this could have actually, it could have hurt your team a lot more. Like if that fight went the other way around, which you could have done against the Ymir Apollo, that's for sure. Big rotation for Gold Fury. Now you talked about you make sure your position in team fights is good and you're supportive. This isn't very supportive, I don't feel. You should be positioned completely different from here. All I've seen your face do is stare at this Gold Fury's butt for the entire time. There's an Apollo, so there's a Rama and a Geb doing this, and you've got Thor on zone injury, but you're the secondary zone, you know? You are the secondary zone here. You should be facing the other way right now. You could probably be getting a kill, a double kill potentially out of this, or you should at least be trying to keep some zone control for your team. I don't feel like you zone control very well here, Princey. At all. And you've still not seen, like, that Apollo's just coming to you. Now you're going to turn the fight around and probably clean up from it. Watch it in real time. Thor saves your ult there. Could you got more kills from that? Yep. Could you have zoned him out harder than that? Yep. I'm not sure about that, Princey. You should have probably positioned a little bit better, but this... I guess you were just trying to burst it down, but like a 1-2 combo would have bursted it, then you should have been on zone control. Good decision to wait there, just to make sure Hercules was there. Good soak of experience. Maybe we should spend some of this gold after these mid-harpies, maybe? I think your gold gain's fantastic and your level gain's been really good, Princey. I'm just struggling a little bit with the fact that the longer you spend with not basing is the longer that you're not putting this gold to use that you've collected, you know? You've got great damage and stuff, but like if you would have gone back to base, you could have had your Warlock Sash online already by now. A long time ago, you could have had your Warlock Sash online. But you're still sticking around trying to pressure still and dive and go aggressive and probably should be looking to go back to base soon. Like one base in 17 minutes. It's a sign the game's going well. But you could have been stacking by now, which means your damage goes up. Like 3,000 gold. We can afford a Deathbringer right now. I know we're a mage before someone starts. I know we're a mage. So we go back Warlock Sash and rank 2 how do the action by the looks of it. Our Warlock Sash should have been online a lot earlier. Just waiting for something to happen. Probably watch one more little skirmish or fight from you to see what you choose to do. Looking at gold again. I like the fact you're picking up sentries as well for your team. What does that give you vision of right now? What does that Whirlpool give you vision of, Princey? I want to see if you go back, because what that gives you vision of is there's a ward here. And what have you got in your inventory? Sentry ward. I want to see a sentry ward here right now. There's no reason not to. Like, you try to protect the Gold Fury, you've already got Gold Fury control with a sentry ward here as well. This ward would clear out this angle completely of any ward vision they have. You could then go to Gold Fury, you could see them rotate in for all this Gold Fury. Hopefully you sentry this now. I hope you do. You sentry it? Sentry it! Right now. Sentry it! Oh, Princey, you know there's a ward there, you just stood on one and you know it, because like Poseidon gave it away. Poseidon gave it away, there was a ward there. Please. Right, so this is better zone control the second time around for Gold Fury. You're actually zoning both as well. I like the fact that you look to your left, look to your right. People are aware that you know what's going on. This is good zone. You could have thrown a card out over the wall then, honestly. Ah, you do in the end. Okay, cool. That was a good wall, good cataclysm from him. Should be a free pick. Card slows OP. Oh, that's risky from Apollo. That was risky from Apollo. Good notice on the come round from Sir Cap. Don't know why we didn't dive that. I'm not sure why we chose not to dive that. There was a potential for it. I guess you just wait the speed as well. We're just farming once again. I mean, the only things I'm noticing with you, Princey, is like you have a lot of gold. There's not a whole lot for you to do on the map. You're trying to make a play happen. You could be going back to base again and like, hi, are the urchins available here for you to go back and buy? You could be looking at getting sprint to close the gap quicker, or beads, or whatever you wanted. Notice how the Aegis that you picked up was very, very good for you, but at the same time, you've not really used it. So could you have got away with rank 1 Aegis, maybe? Risked rank 1? Risked rank 2? But would you have gone aggressive then if you didn't have the rank 3? I guess you probably wouldn't have, because you were scared of getting hit by the Kraken. But, yeah, it's a bit of a play off with that one. You could have spent your gold a little bit more wisely. Your farm seems to suffer a little bit now because your Warlock Sash is already online, but you're not stacking it very, very well because you took too long to get it online in the laning phase when you were stuck around a lot more. The early game, hopefully you can see what you need to do to improve that going forward, because there was a few mistakes in that early laning phase, and your wall coverage is good. I just think you need to think about your wards a little bit more, because you could have used them wiser and to greater effect than you actually did. Overall though, Princey, you are a good player. You can see that you're a good player and you've got the knowledge of the game. There's just a few corrections to just bring you up to that next echelon in terms of individual skill and understanding the laning phase. And then obviously comms is a thing that I can't talk about because these are all replays. Good luck though, Princey. Have fun.